one of the best takeaways for the members who come to our peer-to-peer sessions is confidence. They know, they get answers to their questions, and they know that they're not alone. They're not the only ones having the same challenges in business. They use our LinkedIn feed and our Facebook feed to just pop out a question, and you might get 10 or 15 business owners come back to you and say, try this, try that, I did this, I found this, here's a resource, here's a website. So there's all kinds of support that people get, but when they leave the workshops, I think the most important thing that they gain is more self-confidence of knowing that they're not alone and that they've got a great resource of solutions, and that they actually have been able to take a main business challenge that they have, work through it and think through it throughout a day, and leave with a workbook full of notes and ideas that they can take back and implement.
I've been with the peer-to-peer since the very beginning, and I owe much of my professional development to the relationships that I've developed and that kind of grown out of this group. It honestly is my favorite resource that LO offers. I have some core people and relationships I've developed from this group that I wouldn't have otherwise.
Jacki's great. First time I went to one of her workshops was 10 or 11 years ago. And I think that was really the point that triggered me into thinking of it was time to take this business seriously and not just a hobby. And I pretty much give her credit for that. So, and we're still on that journey.
I come to peer-to-peer because peer-to-peer saved my company. I was ready to close down, and I came to the 2-day seminar in Muskoka and realized I'm fighting for this, and I'm still in business.
Jacki has a unique and wonderful ability to teach and educate adults. And that's very different than teaching in a school setting. Adults, we're opinionated, we're entrenched in our way of thinking, and quite honestly, it takes a lot for us to move out of our comfort zone. And I found Jacki has a wonderful way of mixing up the learning styles and the way in which she engages the audience. It's not one-way directional lecture style of networking group. She has a way of forcing us to look within and to be honest with ourselves and to be accountable to each other and to ourselves. And what that means is we all get something positive and effective and useful out of our session together.
The first 15 minutes I was there, I got a really good idea from the guy I was sitting beside. Just something that didn't even dawn on me. So I think there's value in sitting amongst your peers in a learning setting.
When I first started in Landscape Ontario, I remember being in a room full of competitors. And one of the competitors was just telling secrets about how he actually built his business. And I was just astounded. Talked to him later, and I said, how come you're so free with your information? And he says, because the math is in my favor. I share one idea, and if everyone else shares one idea, and there's 12 people in the room, I get 11 ideas back. And that in essence is what the peer-to-peer group is all about. Learning from each other, being open enough to understand that by contributing, you will actually get back.